Fork Colts versus Northmor Golden Knights.
The Clear Fork Colts stampede inside the castle walls tonight, where Northmor awaits for a non-conference boys hoops battle, live and free exclusively on the OH Report. Find out if the Knights can protect their house against an invasion from the Valley. That's coming up next.
Well done.
County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete with same-day appointment options available. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Two teams in search of a victory and some momentum as we approach the midway point of the season. Clear Fork and Northmor locking horns inside the castle. It's boys high school hoops starting live and free right here and now. Good evening, folks, and welcome to North Bloomfield Township. My name is Brian Skoronsky, joined tonight by the one and only Chris Laukson. Talking about two sides here that they really need a victory, Chris, to help jumpstart the second half of their season, and they've both been so challenged closing out games when it's got down to crunch time. So I think that the key here tonight is who's going to come up big in the fourth quarter, where we both expect it to be a tight game in the final minutes.
Yeah, definitely so. I think, and again, I heard you talking to the Northmor coach before the game, and said he's got a young squad, and his biggest challenge he's had this year is he couldn't finish games. They get leads, but they couldn't finish games. The few times I've watched Clear Fork this year, same thing. They have stretches where they go scoreless and they're up on games, but they've had a hard time finishing. They're coming off losing 3 in a row too, so they want to get things turned around tonight for sure. So.
You mentioned that I caught up with Blade Tackett, the head coach for the Golden Knights. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at that interview. Blade Tackett, first-year head coach for Northmor, is joining me right now. And, man, interesting year to take over your first season as the leader of a varsity team. Assess your performance overall as a program for me so far over these first couple of months.
Yeah, all the credit goes to our players. It has been a challenging year. Every year I think you face some challenges, but credit to them. They're the ones that face the potential of being at practice one day and then being out 10 days, and we're dealing with some of that tonight, and we got some young guys playing, so every team's dealing with it. We're doing the best we can. Yeah, it's a challenge for my first year, but this is what I've always wanted to do, so the fact that we get to play is what we want anyway, and that's what we're here for, and I'm happy to be able to coach.
You guys have been in a lot of games this year. You've lost some tough ones down the stretch. What do you need to do to get over that hump and start kicking down the door and getting some dubs?
Yeah, I think the kids just got to believe that they can win. I think if we get a quality win, it's going to really put us over the top. But, our kids are really good at fighting and clawing when they're behind, and then when we get a lead, that with some maturity, we'll be able to, sustain leads and believe that we can win and do all of that stuff. But that's all I think it is. It's just a confidence that when we get in front, to keep executing and doing the things that got us the lead. And once we get that quality win, I really think we're going to get over the hump and go on a stretch here by the end of the year. But we got great kids that work hard and prepare hard and practice hard every day, and so I think that's why we're able to compete, at least compete in every game. We just got to get over that hump.
All right, Coach, maybe we'll do it tonight.
Yeah.
Good luck, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So there you have it, folks. Head coach Blade Tackett in his first season, going through all the trials and tribulations that every head varsity coach is going through right now, where you're just not 100% sure who you're going to have at your disposal on any given night. Knights have a couple of players out here in this contest that they typically rely on, but most of their key guys are in the mix here tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineups. And Grayson Cass has the only 3 points so far of the night. He knocked down a triple. Cooper Keene is the forward who leads the squad, the Golden Knights, pretty much everywhere. Scoring, rebounding, one of their best distributors, and I would argue their best ball handler. So look for them to rely on this kid right here, number 12. And then on the other side for Clear Fork, they got a pretty nice mix. Brady Tedrow is the engine really that gets this thing all going, wearing number 45. I like Merritt Bergholder, what he brings, and then Jared Scott, high energy player, Chris. So
Very much
I think
so.
we got two pretty evenly matched here teams tonight, and looking forward to this competition.
And Ben Blueball on the other end got the old-fashioned three-point play. So made a layup, got fouled, and went to the line and stunk it. So that's where we are, 3-3, start the game. Ben's probably been a real surprise for them this year. He had an illness last year, and I'm not quite sure exactly what the name of it, but I know he dealt with something that, he was so weak. And so he really kind of had a lost year. They got that figured out. They got him on some medication, and he has been a real surprise this year. So
here's Maxon Lauer off the drive. Got deep penetration inside, blew it at the rim, almost came up with the theft from the backside. But here comes the Colts, and here's Tedrow. Cut off as he tried to go baseline. Labaki steps into a three and finds the back iron.
Offensive board by Burkholder.
And more back iron. Two looks, nice looks at three, but the Colts come up empty-handed. Knights doing a lot of standing around offensively, so it leads to this. Coming back the other way, but how about the strip from the back? Hunter Folk just never gave up on the play.
Good defensive position there by Labaki on the steal. Got that arm out there, knocked it away. If they can get some points out of him tonight, that's big. He's capable, but he's really more of a role player. And if they can get some points out of him, it can make a big difference.
This time the
Nice
runner
drive.
in the lane finds its home for Tedrow. His first bucket of the night. Gives the Colts their first lead of the evening here inside the castle. Folk off the double team. Right now, Northmor looking just a little bit stagnant offensively. We'll see if they can get an individual to spark them here. And I think typically on most nights, that person is Grayson Cass, who just drew the personal foul there.
First substitutions of the night. Skoog in for Labaki. What was the Northmor?
Looks like Caleb Schuenauer, the freshman, into the game.
There we go.
He's left all alone outside as Keene attacks.
Too many steps there.
So a Knights turnover. And just good defense there all the way around. Tedro on the backside, and then coming over to disrupt it was Bluebaugh. Colts move it from side to side. Tedro really aggressive offensively.
That's his game. I mean, he's so explosive. I mean, he can take it to the basket very strong. And if he gets that going, then that sets up the outside shot. So
Tedro leading the team in scoring this year, just a shade below 15 per contest. Shoots it pretty well at the free throw line, too, and he gets there pretty often. 78% on the year. Knocks down the first.
yeah, like I said, that's his game. He loves to take it to the hole, very explosive. So it doesn't surprise me that he's gotten to the line a lot.
And Brady sporting the number 45. I mean, that's a number that goes down in Colts lore, right,
Yes,
Chris?
it does.
That's a coveted one.
That's right, Rich Hoover, yes. For those that followed that state championship team, really the MVP of that team. And he was voted MVP by his team, even though he wasn't the leading scorer. Oh, nice steal, Scott. That's what Jared Scott can do to you right there as well. So quick hands. So, yes, Mr. Hoover. Got a chance to be a part of that squad. That was a lot of fun.
That back in 2002 when the Colts hoisted that ultimate trophy.
Yes.
Back
Nice
the other
drive.
way, yeah. Beautiful jump stop. Cass delivers with the left hand, trims the deficit down to 4.
So important when you can go either way. You know, when you're just not one-sided, it just makes you that much more of a weapon offensively.
Lauer with the board, hands off Cass. Wanted to go inside to Maxton, nothing was there. Cass locked up with Skoog here. Speed on speed up top. Off the kick out, here's the freshman, uncorks one and finds the bottom. So Caleb Schuenauer showing us something here.
That's kind of Clear Fork's basic kind of half-court offense is that high pick and roll. And Burkholder could either step out and hit the three or roll to the bucket, either one. Unfortunately, turned it over there.
We saw in our last live stream of the Colts, Burkholder light it up from downtown.
He did. And he is capable of that. That seems to be the evolution of the big man these days, even at the highest level. The guys that can step out and hit the three, and it's coming all the way down to the high school level. So
positionless basketball is certainly the trend here in 2021 as Lauer, who's a little bit more traditional of a big fella, backed his way in. Little strong off glass. So the Colts on top by 1, a chance to add to that lead here.
Coach Tackett wasn't real thrilled with that no call there. Again, Tedro hard to the hole. That's his game right there. Get to the line.
This is the second time Brady's been to the line here in this first quarter. Both times he's had a shot blocked up top by Keene, but took the bump on the body. Take a look at Blade Tackett, Colonel Crawford product in his first season. And, you know, a young, fiery guy that picked an unusual time to, begin his run here as the varsity coach. But I like what he brings to the equation, just has a lot to learn. And I think in particular in late game situations, it just has to be developed. with some reps. So we'll.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. Same thing. It's easy to sit in the stands and coach, but until you're on that sideline and got to make those decisions, right on the spot, it's a whole new ball game. I always, having been there, it's not as easy as people think. That's for sure. So.
Getting into offense, not that easy for the Knights. Colts take it away. They got an offensive board inside.
Blue ball. Couldn't finish.
Now Cass.
Oh, nice little behind the back. Up
Scoop
and under.
shot.
Yeah.
Pretty stuff right
He
there.
is.
Grayson Cass cooking with the salt. I like it. Here's a 3-ball. Skoog well off the mark right there. Saved back in bounds. Last touch by Blue Ball.
Cass has all 10 of their points. Is that what I heard?
I believe he's got 7 of the 10.
Okay.
Schoenauer has the only other bucket up to this point.
Yeah, that's a 3 from the corner. Little token pressure, man-to-man pressure, full court. Ooh.
Light tap right there.
Yeah.
Earns the foul. It's going to be the 3rd team foul on Clear Fork. Knights also have 3 so far.
Coach Bechtel doing a little coaching there afterwards for Victor Skoog.
Stephen Bechtel been on the bench for over 10 years now with the Colts. Looking to find some steam as they move into the second half of the season here. I think
it's his 14th year, I think.
He's been around for a while.
Yeah, so.
Pretty much every year that I've been doing this, and actually probably the entire time, Stephen Bechtel has been on the sidelines for the Clear Fork Colts. Knights pushed way out on the perimeter here, perhaps by design, trying to leak down this clock till the final seconds, uncork the last shot attempt. Colts trying to make it challenging on them, though.
They'll double team in the corner.
Now Cass backs it out, checks the clock, heaves it to the corner, and it's on the way.
Oh.
Too strong this time. Kane battling for it along with Tedrow, and last touch by Cooper.
Oh, Schoenauer again from the corner. That's where he hit the spot, the first 3.
So last chance here for the Colts. Tedrow switched it in midair just off the mark, and whistle is blown with just 0.6 seconds.
Looks like a foul on Swainhart, 50.
Foul will go against Bruce Swainhart. And with 0.6, still can get a shot off here at the high school level for Northmor. It's going to be
I think they're just getting it in.
tough, yeah.
They're going to go to the quarter.
That will take serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Tight game so far through 8 minutes of action. Right now, it's Clear Fork with the basketball. They are nursing a 1-point lead. Looking to add to it here is Tedrow with the blow-by.
So explosive off the dribble.
So Brady Tedrow pushes his point total up to 8 so far, and it's been a nice back-and-forth battle between him and Grayson Cass, who's on the bench right now to open up the second for the Knights. Got a new look mix out there. And a lot of freshmen are getting playing time here tonight. Here's a couple of them who just exchanged. And now back over to Schoenauer.
I'm guessing we'll see Cass soon here. I can't imagine he's going to stay on the bench that long. So
Just a quick breather.
Yep.
Extended break at the quarter.
In fact, here he comes.
Yeah, I think probably they're going to need Grayson to go 31 minutes tonight. He got his little breather.
That's right.
Now it's time to go back to work, buddy. So the junior is back in. Caleb Schonauer.
They're young. They can
checks
handle
out.
it.
Yeah, no question about it. And I think if you asked him, he would prefer to never come out of the game.
Ben Blueball coming back for the Colts. In for Skoog. No, I'm sorry, in for Jared Scott.
Cass directing traffic as they go with the 1-4 high look. Colts looking to trap when it's gone to the side here. Lauer, explosive play at the rim.
Colts going a little bigger lineup, too. They got kind of 3 posts in there with Swainhart, Blueball, and Burkholder. So, I wonder if they see something, maybe they can, well, who's one for Northmor?
Gavin Miller.
Yeah, he's a big kid, 6'4", so probably countering the size there.
Here's Swainhart. Lets one ride from outside. Skoog tied up there with Cass. Jump ball, possession arrow. Going to be headed the other way.
Cooper Keene back in the ball game.
Off the drive again. Bit of a ticky-tack foul right there. It's going to go against Skoog as Folk went baseline hard with the left hand. 6th team foul now on the Colts, and a lot of free throws. Well, actually, it's going to be the 7th team foul. So 1-1. It's going to be the situation here with still 6 minutes and change to go.
Let's make a note of that, Brian. 6 minutes left in this quarter, already in the 1-1.
Can't find the bottom there, so the Colts hold them to an empty trip to the free throw line. Here's where Tedro has been dangerous from this left wing. They set up the 2-man game. King got a piece of it. Nearly an over and back, but tipped there, so the Colts maintain possession. Nice ball movement here by Clear Fork. Tedro off the turn into the body of Keene, kind of forced it up, tracked down his own miss, and then Cooper came over and swatted it.
Got it the 3rd time, took it back up. Stayed with it.
That was the charm for Tedro. Just never gave up on the play. It's in double-figure scoring already. Some more free throws on the way here for Northmor. It's going to be Cass shooting the latest.
Labaki back in the ball game for Skoog. Clear Fork with all their starters except for Swainhart is still in there. There's that high pick and roll. That's kind of their general half-court offense.
Tedro had some space, let one launch, and tipped out of bounds last by the Colts. Timeout taken by the Colts and head coach Bechtel. Gonna break things down for his boys. And I think we kind of anticipated a bit more of a lower scoring game here, Chris. We've gotten pretty much as expected so far through a quarter and a half.
Exactly, yes. See if Clear Fork comes out and runs a set coming out of that. See if they can get something specific. You know, look for a particular person to get a shot somewhere. Sometimes when you haven't scored in a few possessions, you know, call that timeout, get a set that you want.
Coach Tackett having a nice conversation there with the official, I'm sure, just talking about what's for dinner or offering up some advice of some sort there, Chris. So Labaki off the screen up top, has some space, sends one, and he tickles the twine.
Right. I think they're trying to get something off the inbound, but that was just their standard half-court offense that they run, that high pick and roll, and if you're open off that pick and you're capable of knocking it down like Labaki did, that's what they're looking for.
Miller had to pick up his bounce, defended by Burkholder. Now the Knights swing it. Here from the near side. It's Miller again from the foul line. Series of fakes. Now goes right at Burkholder. And he's going to earn a couple at the free throw line. Merritt thought that it was clean D.
He's pretty good at blocking shots, though. He's actually leading the MOAC in block shots. But he definitely got a little more than just the ball that time. So.
Miller connects on the first offering. Still has one more on the way. And folks, we love that you are out there watching tonight, wherever you're at. We want to know how you are taking in tonight's action. So drop us a comment on the Facebook or YouTube and let us know who you're cheering for and where you're watching from. You just might make it on tonight's edition of Fan Zone, as buying a 3-pack right there, Ben Labaki. Back-to-back triples now for the Colts.
That was blue ball. Blue ball with the 3.
Excuse me.
That's all right, yeah.
So blue ball knocks one down after Labaki did on the previous possession.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the biggest lead so far of the night for the Colts.
We're on an 8-0 run right now.
Keene called for the travel. Went off one leg.
8-1 run, excuse me.
Cooper Keene has not really been able to get it going offensively tonight. Still scoreless for the Knights. He was so big for them in the early part of the season and has kind of tailed off a bit at the offensive end here over the last couple of weeks. As Labaki sends, bit of a heat check, missed that one. Armros, quick move. Ends up in the hands of Lauer. Going straight at Burkholder and had his blocked shot right there. Tedrow, pull-up jumper from about 18 feet, and it falls.
Good mid-range game.
Tedrow having a solid outing here in the first half. A dozen for Brady, leads all scorers.
And that's probably been the biggest development of his game over his 4 years, because he got varsity time as a freshman, and nice putback off the miss.
Andrew Armros, the offensive rebound. Now here's Tedrow again, this time to the corner, and Labaki tipped out. Colts get another opportunity. Didn't take long to get up a shot. It was Scott. And this time Northmor corrals the rebound. Cass calls for the screen from Keene. He'll use it. Turns the corner right down Main Street. Short arm the shot, though. Now Brady racing back the other way.
A little fast-paced action here.
Blue ball over the double team. Keene picks up another personal. Second foul now on Cooper.
Brian, I made a note there, like I said, at the 6-minute mark when Northmor went into the 1-and-1. I was wondering if that was going to make a difference, but unfortunately it looks like Clear Fork's the one that's been taking advantage since then. So they're on a 10-3 run.
Unfortunate depends on, I guess, who you're rooting for. Here
Yeah,
tonight,
exactly.
Chris.
Yeah.
I'm sure Colts fans are perfectly
No,
fine
you're
with
right.
that.
Yeah, yes.
7 points now for Blue Ball. Best free throw shooter on the team, 83%. It's his 16th make so far on the season. And rattles in the second. So it's the first double-digit lead of the night for the Colts. Got it going on.
Three-quarter court trap.
And this is a Knights
Yeah,
team
good.
prone to
Broke it well.
turnovers, but break the pressure that time with arm rows. Tedrow backs it out, now goes inside. Kick back out, Brady. Missed it from downtown.
See if we can get Cass going again here.
He's going to get it to Lauer at the foul line. Observing. Now the Knights move it. Back up top, here is Cass.
Little too high post. Drops into a high-low action.
Lauer, deep position, elects to kick it out.
Yeah. Like I said, Burkholder, he is good at blocking shots, and I think he turned around and saw him there and said, I'm not sure if I want to take that up or not. So
Ends up leading to a Clear Fork takeaway. Swainhart came up with the rock. And a chance to hold here for the final shot here of the half, as it's now 9 Golden Knights turnovers. I think they average over 20 per game.
yeah, that's
Swainhart hesitation,
nope.
but shuffled the shoes. So now it'll be the Knights reclaiming possession. They'll have a chance to chop down this Colts advantage, try to get it down to a 5 or a 6 point game.
Dustin Sanders came in the game, 44.
Big body in there.
He is a big
Perhaps
body.
to lay some wood. Sets a screen, opens it up from the corner. Bentley! It won't fall, and that'll take us to the half, where it's the Knights trailing the Colts 25-17. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back. We'll have some key points with KP. Break down the first half stats and get you ready for quarter number 3. Keep it locked and loaded, live and free. High school basketball will return right after this. Morrow County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete with same-day appointment options available. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County.
Welcome back to everyone's favorite new halftime segment, Key Points with KP. Tonight we are here at Northmor High School watching the Knights take on the Clear Fork Colts. Something I want to focus on is definitely Clear Fork's offensive end. So far at the half, they have put up 25 points, 8 offensive rebounds, and 7 made free throws. The effort they have put in tonight's game is slow but very effective. You'll have to stay tuned for the next half to see if they stay on top. Thanks for joining me for this segment of Key Points with KP. I'm your host, KP, keeping the peace and stating the facts. When we come back, we'll have Brian and Chris for halftime stats.
Morrow County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete with same-day appointment options available. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. It's halftime here inside the castle where right now it is the visiting Colts stampeding their way to a 25-17 advantage as we take a look at the first half numbers and some domination on the boards right now for the Colts. They are also winning the battle at the free throw line, and that's helped. We thought perhaps it would be the Knights who would benefit most from free throws in that first half, but actually ended up being the Colts with their aggressive play.
Very much so, yeah. And I tell you, there's two stats that I always looked at. One, if you win the battle of the boards, and particularly offensive boards, and then again turnovers. Obviously, you don't want to be less turnovers, but points off of turnovers. So points off of turnovers, points off of offensive rebounds. If you can win those stats, you're generally going to win the game. And right now, Clear Fork's got a clear advantage, and that's the reason they're up by 8 at halftime. So
we've certainly seen the Colts turn some defense into offense, get loose for some easy ones at the rim. It's helped them blow things open a bit. They had a double-digit lead to the Knights' credit. They were able to trim it down a bit just before the break. They got some work to do as we get ready for third quarter action, and it is time for what I think is everybody's favorite part of the broadcast. Let's go inside of the fan zone, see who's out there watching. How about Diane Eichhorn cheering on her Knights tonight? Thank you for weighing in, Diane. Shannon Ball, go Colts with a whole bunch of emojis. I always love the emoji game.
That's right.
Sean Lohr, having a good time watching. Can't root against the Knights, even though his kids are going to be Colts.
Oh.
And then the Hildebrands rooting for Northmor tonight. Thank you, Tom. Coach Tackett's father-in-law is watching all the way from Michigan, shouting out his wife Taylor as well. And, oh, how about this one for
Jerry,
you, Chris?
That's right.
For a soccer guy who used to low-scoring games.
Oh, Jerry Marshall, he's the best.
Oh, and how about Coach
there
Bechtel?
There we go. That's right.
Giving a shout-out to Papa Laux.
That's right.
Doing some nice announcing, and then her husband also doubles as the head coach for the Clear Fork Colts. And per always, it wouldn't be a broadcast without Linda Mendoza. Hello, Linda. Thanks for watching.
Go blue, though.
We forgive Linda for her one shortcoming in life.
That's right.
She's perfect in every other way. Certainly her fandom of high school sports coverage.
Yeah, that's a head coaching household, the Bechtel household. That's for sure. So.
Lots of years doing it in the Valley as we are underway here, quarter number 3.
I think that's the reason I knew he was 14 years, because this was our 15th year coaching together, and he got the head coaching job right after she got the job.
Tedrow came up just short. Looked like he tipped that one out. He did, battling for the offensive board, so it's an empty first possession for the Colts.
That's the thing. If you can take advantage of those, like I said, at halftime, take advantage of those offensive rebounds. Unfortunately, couldn't convert there.
Knights opening possession here, half number 2. It's going to be Lauer.
Yeah, he's a big body, isn't he?
Nice wide body for Maxon Lauer. Listed at just 6'2", but really knows how to utilize his size, his strength. Does some nice work inside, and from the perimeter, how about Folk, the freshman? Getting hot to start.
Little inside out.
But back the other way so quickly. Jared Scott only took about 4 seconds for Clear Fork to match. Now here's Keene.
Get it and go. Don't let that team get back and set up their defense.
Cooper looking for his first points here of the game.
Yeah, Northmor starts a 2-post up high, and then if it goes to one of them, they drop to a high-low game.
Lauer picked up his dribble, had it poked away. And Clear Fork with the turnover. Here's Scott pushing it ahead. Labaki, nice jump stop. Took a bump.
He's going to get 2 shots. I wasn't sure if they're going to call that on the floor or not.
Take one more look here on our MWD Logistics replay. And nice athleticism. Folk coming from the backside, but it was all about the body bump there from Keene. It's going to be his 3rd foul. Luke's first offering, no good.
Surprising. I think he's pretty good from the line this year.
And so Cooper Keene, the
tough,
senior.
tough night, isn't he?
Yeah, 0 points, 3 fouls, and over to the bench. Labaki 0 for 2 on that trip. Miller from the free throw line. Off the left-handed dribble. Short arm the first shot. Now double teamed inside. And he's going to have 2 free throws.
I think they're going to get Burkholder. Let's see. 4-2, yeah.
Merritt certainly swung down on the play. Looked like he got a lot of the ball, though.
Yeah, I think unfortunately whenever you come down like that, you know, officials have a tendency to make that call whether you get all ball or not. But they used to always coach us to come up, come up with your hands. But I tell you, Burkholder does a great job blocking shots. He's really very good about going straight up, catching it, just off the release, and he has very nice shot blocking technique. So
there's a special art to the timing of that.
Did he get another foul, or just went out of bounds?
I believe it was a tie-up jump ball.
Oh, okay, all right.
Now Clear Fork going to switch
2-3 zone.
up.
Yeah. A lot of times you'll see that on out of bounds underneath. Teams will get in the zone and then stay in it and see if it gets them anything. Oh, nice pass there.
Beautiful
Cast
feed
to Lauer,
inside.
right?
Here's one. Scott came up short.
He's a streaky player. If he gets going, he can really light it up, but he hadn't got it going tonight yet.
So the Knights with possession, a chance to make this just a one-score affair here
Yeah.
inside of the castle.
Clear Fork staying in the 2-3.
That was a
Got
tough
a nice
pass.
turnover.
Two defenders right there poked away on the attempt to get it in the hands of Lauer. So the Colts.
Looks like Northmor is also in the 2-3, so we're going zones tonight here the second half. Start second half by both teams.
Tedrow uncorks one.
Oh.
No good. Swainhart just couldn't get a grasp on it.
That's exactly what you want to do, though, Brian. You see, you got it in the Swainhart there. Obviously, look opposite right away. Usually get an open look, and Tedrow just couldn't knock it down. Good execution, though.
So already approaching the midway mark here of this third quarter. Knights have had the run of play here of late. Coach Tackett wants a timeout. He saw his guard cast, double teamed on the baseline, really nowhere to go with it, so electing just to save an extra possession here and maybe come out of the break.
I think both teams are also realizing that. I mean, the first half really, predominantly, people were scoring, taking the ball to the bucket, you know, in the man-to-man. So, I mean, they're basically going to say, look, if you're going to, let's see if you can shoot the ball, hit the outside shot or not. So they're both in that 2-3 zone, forcing both teams to see if anybody can hit that outside shot.
Neither team has really gotten hot from beyond the arc here tonight, though we've seen a fair share of three-pointers attempted. It's going to be Lauer to trigger. Gets it into the corner to Folk. They work it over to Cass. Look like they're trying to get Miller off the double screen. And we're going to get three in the key against
That's
Max
right.
and Lauer.
Don't see that call much these days, but not that it's, I mean, if it's legit, it's legit, but.
Dozen turnovers now for the Golden Knights. Quick hands by Lauer, but ends up with Swainhart. Tried to squeeze it inside for Bluebaugh. So back-to-back turnovers now. Make it three in a row.
Getting a little sloppy here on both sides. I'm wondering if we're going to get another timeout, just calm people down.
Haven't really seen much crisp offensive execution here.
No. And again, you know, we talked earlier in the broadcast how really that's kind of been the Achilles heel of both teams, is being able to kind of play a consistent game. And we're seeing it tonight that they can't put four quarters together, either one of them really.
So 2 straight turnovers for the Colts. It's been back-to-back turnovers for the Knights. See if they can end that streak right here, at least get a shot attempt up.
Staying in the zone.
And for right now, it's creating some chaos for Northmor. Have not yet been had a chance to figure out how to dissect this.
Now it looks kind of like a matchup zone because guys are trailing.
Leads to this three-pointer, and it finds its mark from Andrew Armros.
Wow, 1 point game here.
See if the Colts can find an answer. Tedrow's been the guy to get it done. Here's a long two.
That's what I was talking about earlier, Brian, that inside out. So you find Swainhart there at the foul line. Defense collapse, pops back out. That's how you get that open look, particularly an open three. Best way to get an open three is that inside-out game.
Tedrow having a nice night so far offensively. Leads all scorers with 14, and Armros got a little ahead of himself there. Going to give it back over on the giveaway.
Burkholder back in for blue ball. And who came in for Northmor?
Looked like Grant Bentley.
Yeah, the freshman. Freshman came in for Falk.
So Knights also sticking with the 2-3 zone look.
Look opposite. Oh, there we go.
Confident looking stroke right there, and buying a 3-pack from outside was Labaki.
I think that's the second one of the game. He's capable of that.
All 6 of Luke's points have come from beyond the arc so far. Now Cass taking his time. Kick out to the corner now. That's getting some better ball movement here.
You gotta be patient against that zone. Make them. We need some quicker ball movement by Northmor though. They gotta get that zone moving. Yeah, too many steps again.
So the turnovers
Scoogin for Scott.
piling up here for Northmor.
How many turnovers is that for Northmor now, Brian? Do you know?
I think we're at about 15 now for the game.
Oh, Labaki, third 3.
He's heating up.
Again, I mentioned earlier in the game, if he can contribute like that, they generally have a good night. Now, the only thing surprising looking at that scoreboard is Burkholder is scoreless tonight, and that's a real surprise for the Colts.
And in the blink of an eye, it's a 9-point cushion now for Clear Fork. Northmor just moments ago was down by 1. They have not been able to get much offense going here. Here's a nice look, though, and it's going to find its way home. Grant Bentley doing some things from outside.
Again, inside out.
Great ball movement leads to Tedrow. He unleashes. Skoog fighting for the offensive board. Can't corral it. So here comes Schoenauer. Skip pass. Cass thought about it. Nice hesitation. Maxon, difficult shot, off balance. And then Skoog at the horn, just off the mark there, and that's going to take us.
Coach Tackett getting a little excited again over there again. He's fighting for his kids tonight, you know. So
at the end of 3, it's Clear Fork on top here on the road, 35-29. Morrow County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete with same-day appointment options available. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action from North Bloomfield Township, where right now Northmor trying to protect their house, coming up with a turnover here on the opening possession for the Colts, who lead at 35-29.
almost got it back.
I'm Brian Skronsky, joined tonight by Chris Laux and Cooper Keene. back into the mix after sitting for a lot of that third quarter with 3 fouls. See what type of spark the senior can ignite here. Bad pass by Pedro in transition.
Name of the game tonight is turnovers. That's number 8 for Clear Fork.
But
unfortunately, Northmor has 14.
Northmor, yeah,
so I think that's kind of the difference in the game right now.
Knights very much within striking distance in this very low-scoring game. Northmor averages just about 41 points per game, so this is in their wheelhouse, right about on average. Colts put up a bit more, right around 50 per contest. As there's over a minute gone by here in the fourth. Cass puts one up and rainbows home a triple.
Big shot there. Clear Fork is back in the man-to-man on defense. Northmor staying in that 2-3. Got Cooper Keene out top.
And that can be problematic.
Yeah.
6'6", excellent wingspan too.
Contest that 3-point shot.
Labaki up top here. He's knocked down a couple of them here in the second half. 3 total for the game. Clear Fork unable to attack the gaps, and now Luke will. See, Cooper gets up off his feet so quickly. It's gotten him in trouble tonight. Now off the triple team. Swainhart had it poked away. Last touch by Lauer and the Knights.
See if they get anything off this inbound. Swainhart on the block.
Now Labaki. Back iron tipped up. Fought for, and another offensive rebound for the Colts. Third time won't be the charm, though. And boarded by Miller. But it's going to be a foul on the block out, it appears, against the Knights.
Coach Tackett's pleading his case over there.
So 4 fouls now on Cooper Keene. He's going to stay on the floor. Coach Tackett beside himself over there, and he's going to his bench. He's going to put Armrose in. Sometimes, I don't know.
Keene has 4 now, Brian?
Yeah, it's a tough call. You know, do you keep your senior in the game and trust him? I mean, he's been a little bit wild and aggressive at the defensive end, but when you have 4 fouls, sometimes you have to recognize to change your game as the Colts continue to work the offensive glass, but can't contribute with any follow-up points. Timeout.
They're winning that battle, Brian, as far as, obviously not as many turnovers and more offensive rebounds, but they're not converting. And so you got to convert those things into points, and that's they're not doing that right now. So
turnovers and offensive rebounds really only matter if you can get the extra points there. And let's go back into the fan zone where, hey there, Don, watching from Centerburg with no particular rooting interest. Just stumbled on the site. Glad that you did. Great job, KP, with the key points at halftime. Mom and Dad are cheering her on. Sorry it was a black screen there. We're going to get that corrected next time. Watching from Fredericktown, Brady Tedrow fan here.
That's
is
right.
Mary. And Nicole Scott cheering on number 35, who
is Jared.
Coincidentally, last name is Scott as well. I wonder what the rooting interest is there. Bonnie Wiseman just wanted to let us know she's watching.
And we appreciate that.
Thank you, and thank you for cheering on the Buckeyes. And back to Don, so there's Fan Zone dropping on your dome out of the sky once again. Appreciate everybody for feeding us a line and letting us know how you're taking in tonight's contest.
Blue ball back in for the Colts for Swainhart coming out of the timeout.
Gives Clear Fork more athleticism on the perimeter. Going with a man-to-man look.
Back to their starting lineup right now.
Lauer, quick acceleration, but forced to pick up his dribble. Now Miller off the square up. Defended by Bluebaugh. Tough shot up and over the defender. And Miller's going to pick up the foul.
Only 3rd foul for the Knights. Colts only have 1, so Haven't been very many fouls this half.
It was a problem in the first half.
Yes, it was.
For the Colts, who had 9 personals, but keeping it together here, just 1 over the quarter and a half that we've seen of second half action. Northmor sitting in that zone. Lauer nearly came away with it, but tipped into the hands of Scott. Right place, right time. He's got 2.
And a little bit of that foul situation too, Brian, could be because they're playing zone. Both teams are playing zone. You generally don't see as many fouls when on defense you're playing zone. So
Lauer gets into the paint. Now the kick out. Knights doing a better job of moving without the basketball here as of late. Now Lauer off the face-up. Matched up with Blue Boss. Spins in the lane. Backside swat. Coming over for Bergholder.
Blue Ball's looking for the offensive foul there, but referee told him to get up. We're good.
Wild shot off the side of the backboard and out of play from the freshman Folk. Here's another look at Maxton.
Bergholder get that.
Stoppage in play momentarily. Referee coming over, getting something ironed out of the scores table. Something you know about, Chris?
Yeah, well, I think there's maybe a little warning on the bench because coach is sitting down there, Coach Tackett, so I'm not sure if that's what just a bench warning.
Knights pushing out here on the perimeter with their zone look. Now they get it to Blue Ba. Quick trigger.
Yeah, nice. Flash that foul on extended there.
And so far in this fourth quarter, it's been the Colts outscoring Northmor 4-3. Not a ton of offensive action. And for the Knights with Keene on the bench, I mean, they're struggling to find somebody who can create their own shot. That's typically been Cooper's role along with Cass. This time, though, Miller wins his one-on-one matchup as he draws the foul. It's going to go against Ben Bluebaugh.
Yeah, you're right there, Brian. So Cooper came in averaging 9 points a game, and is he still scoreless tonight?
He's going to check in now with 2:45 to play, and obviously the Knights a bit on the ropes here, though they trim it down to 6. Timeout taken by Northmor. Clear Fork with an opportunity to close things out here tonight, get a nice road victory for them after losers in their last 3 outings. And we talked about it before the broadcast that each of these teams, what has been missing for them in terms of getting into the win column is closing out games in the fourth quarter. So this is a great opportunity, I think, for the Colts and Coach Bechtel to, you know, kick down the door, get you a nice win where you had the lead pretty much from start to finish and feel good about doing the right things in crunch time.
Yeah, no, definitely. Be interesting to see coming out of this timeout too, Brian, whether Northmor goes to some full court pressure, you know, trapping situation or not. I'm sure Coach Bechtel's probably drawing it up just in case, you know, making sure they got the press breaker in place. So see if there's any sort of change in defense, any sort of additional pressure, either zone or man-to-man by Northmor coming out of this timeout.
The Knights have kind of kept their full court press in their back pocket here tonight. We have not seen much pressure from them, and typically they'll put that kid right there, number 12, Cooper Keene, on the point.
And as we speak, they're in a 1-2-2. So I figured they're probably drawing something up, getting down to crunch time.
They're going to have Lauer up top right now, initiating the point of contact. Nice ball movement, ends up in the hands of Tedro. Kick out, squat, delivers.
Big three there. Broke the press. And like I said, I'm sure Coach Bechtel thought something was coming. So
Lauer, awesome hustle.
Offensive board, see if they can convert.
So the second opportunity for Northmor, and every possession so critical now as we're approaching the 2-minute mark. Gonna get a foul on a hold, it appeared. It's gonna go against Tedrow. It's been super quiet here offensively in this second half.
Yeah, I think he had 12 at half, right?
Just 2 here in the second half. Cass, left hand, strong finish.
Yeah, similar drive in the first half. He's a very quick player.
Colts very swiftly get it inbounds. Don't allow Northmor an opportunity to set up their full court pressure.
Burkhardt not even looking for the shot there. He can hit that little foul line jumper. And when he got that ball foul line extended, he didn't even look.
For right now, the biggest.
Probably gonna burn some clock. And
yeah, that's what can help Clear Fork the most. Gamble there by Keene, who went to the floor. Bluebaugh got fouled. This one's gonna go against Folk.
got to knock down your foul shots down the stretch here. Close out the game.
Bluebaugh makes good on the first.
And you said earlier he was leading the team in free throw percentage, I think.
Yeah,
Brian?
up over 80% on the season, 84 to be exact.
Good guy to have in the line. Oh, the announcer jinx, right?
Happens every night, Chris. No avoiding it.
The announcer jinx. Sorry, Ben.
So it leaves the door just a bit cracked here. 8 points is the deficit, and Northmor can't dig into it. Tedrow down to the floor. Great hustle and a timeout.
Coach Bechtel came flying on the floor to get a timeout. I always think of that Dr. Pepper commercial where the guy says, you know, he's automatic, the field goal kicker's automatic, and he misses, and of course now they get on him and he's in a court, and you know that's a funny commercial about that whole jinx. When as soon as you say something like that is automatic, somebody's 84% from the line, and boom, they miss it. So
happens all the time here, live and free on the OH Report. We don't mean to, just part of the gig. That's right. So it's going to be Colt basketball out of the timeout. Just a shade over a minute to play. And Clear Fork, excellent opportunity like we were just talking about to close out a win here, riding a 3-game L streak. And as they approach the midway point of the season, looking to get healthy with a victorious outcome. But Lauer just ripped it from him. Got inside and Bluebaugh met him harshly. Oh, wow, what a swat party right here by Ben Bluebaugh.
Big play there by Ben.
Good stuff. I think Lauer thought that he was in line for an easy two.
Yeah. Nice play, though, with the steal and not getting the foul.
All around
great
defense.
Now they got to get into the 1-1, so they got 2 to give, 3 to give. Or, I mean, I'm sorry, 1 to give now. Is that 6 on the Knights?
So the next foul is going to put Clear Fork on the free throw line. They're going to get it to Scott. He's going to get bumped from the backside, so he's going to head to the charity stripe.
Nice sportsmanship by Cass there. Helped him up.
And this is about best case scenario for Northmor. 58% foul shooter is Scott.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I mean, obviously, Coach Bechtel likes the 5 he has on the floor. I didn't know if he was going to make any sort of substitution adjustment here in the end and make sure he had the guys he wanted out there that could knock down foul shots. And I'm not sure whether Victor Skoog is a better shooter than than Jared Scott or not, but obviously he's happy with that 5 he has on the floor.
Going to get an offensive defensive sub here for the Golden Knights. As Scott calmly.
And we didn't jinx him that
knocks down
time,
the first,
though.
yeah.
So.
Two for two. Big free throws right there. Puts about the final nail here into what should be a Colt victory. Cass off the spin. Flicked it up with the right hand. Kyrie Irving stuff right there.
Wow. That kid has made some dynamite plays tonight. He can go either way. He's made some nice left-handed layups, right-handed layups going to the hole.
The latest 2 gets him into double figures. Actually 14 now for Cass. Tied with Tedro for tops in the game. Here is Brady with the board. And Tedro's going to head to the free throw line. And
some nice balanced scoring by Clear Fork, though. If you look out there, Tedro's got 14, Blue Ball's got 11, Scott's got 11 now, Labaki at 9. So whenever you get 3 guys in double figures, and like I said, now the only one surprised on that board is Burkholder with 0. That's a real surprise. But Labaki stepped up tonight, and
Tedro's been quiet offensively in this second half. Just a couple points for him. As the Golden Knights are going to get 3 fresh bodies out onto the floor. Brady offers, puts it home.
right at his average for the night or for the year.
And that's where he'll stay, rebounded by Keene. Pushing the pace, kick out to the corner. It's unloaded, but off the back iron, Scott with the board.
Knock down your foul shots now, Brian. Close this out.
May as well pad your stats along the way. Jared Scott, the junior guard. Looking for point number 12. Got it. So the Colts,
center.
Yeah, push it out to 11. Cass off the hesitation. Tedro says nobody. Not this time. Tedros had a nice all-around game, offensively, defensively. Burkholder here with the theft off the tip. And the Colts are going to run out the clock here as
don't foul.
It's going to get them their 4th win of the season, ending a 3-game slide. Final score 48-37. Clear Fork with the victory. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with our post-game coverage. Final stats are on the way, along with an interview with our player of the game, who I believe we're going to go with Brady Tedro.
I think so, yes.
So keep it locked in. We'll be right back, live and free post-game coverage on the way. Morrow County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete with same-day appointment options available. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. We're back now with our MWD Logistics player of the game, Brady Tedrow, the Clear Fork guard, and had a nice night here offensively. In particular in that first half, tell me about your aggressive mindset coming out right away. It seemed like you were the engine that got everything going.
Yeah, Coach relies on me a lot for our offense, and so I try to be aggressive and just try to make shots for my other teammates when they start collapsing on me.
Expand a little bit more on your role as a senior now. You've been playing varsity since you were a freshman. Now that it's your year to be the kingpin out here, how do you see your role on both sides of the ball helping your team?
Well, I think it's important because a lot of the players, they look to me for leadership, and during practice I just work to push everybody to be their very best, and I think it transfers over into the game very well for us.
Talk to me a bit about keeping the mindset and the mentality positive when you're heading into a game like this where you've lost your last three. How do you stay hungry, aggressive, but also understand that better things can come if you play well?
Well, Coach has a 24-hour rule, and he says that's when, well, if we lose a game, we think about it for 24 hours, we figure out what we did wrong, and then we just forget about it and move on to the next game.
What is the next game for you, and what are you going to be looking at here in the near future?
I think we play South Central next. They have a really big post guy, David Lamro. He's really athletic, so he's going to be a focal point of our defense, I think.
And for this team, you get the nice taste of victory here tonight. What do you think needs to continue for you guys to start snowballing some momentum?
I think we need to shoot the ball better. We obviously didn't shoot it very well tonight, but we were able to get by. But I think as long as we can shoot the ball well on the road, then we'll do good the rest of the year.
All right, Brady Tedrow, our player of the game. Thank you so much for joining us, man.
Thank you.
All right, I think we've now got the head coach of Clear Fork coming in. And after a victory, Coach, let's start there. And how good does it feel after a mini 3-game slide here, getting that taste of victory again?
Well, it's always nice to get a win, and especially on the road. And this was a quality opponent. Coach Tackett had his kids really ready to play, and we had to grind it out. We had a nice lead there in the second half, and then it got cut to 3, and I was proud of the way our kids responded to that. So we hit big free throws down the stretch, and we were able to come away with the victory.
That was a question that Chris and I had about your team heading into tonight's game, was just closing out in the fourth quarter when you're in striking distance, being able to knock your opponent down when you had a chance. How satisfying is it to do it here on the road where you pretty much led from start to finish and you close out a dub?
Yeah, we've struggled with that, just finishing out games or hitting big shots down the stretch when we really needed them to. And I thought Luke Labaki did a great job of that. His teammates found him, and he stepped up and knocked in shots when we really needed him to.
People always talk about in the coaching industry, finding your mid-season form. As you're getting close to that here, Coach, what do you like about your team, and what do you still want to do to go to the next level?
Obviously, their effort, their energy, every time they step out on the floor, I know what we're going to get out of them. It's just a matter of us making shots, I think, is especially on the road, and that's where I thought we hit enough shots. We didn't shoot as well as we're capable of, but we hit enough shots, on the road to get the W.
Yep, you did just enough here tonight. You knock off the Knights and chance to build some momentum next week. Let's talk a bit about that game with South Central. I know they've had a heck of a season up to this point. They got some nice players. Just your first initial thoughts with that.
We know it's on the road. We're going to have to, be ready to go because Coach Seidel does a great job. It's a quality basketball team, so we're just going to have to be focused and ready to go.
All right, Stephen Bechtel, head coach for the Clear Fork Colts. Get a nice bus ride home as the victor. Congrats.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, we're going to go ahead and take one more quick commercial timeout. When we come back, me and Chris will break down the final stats and wrap things up here at the Castle. Morrow County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete with same-day appointment options available. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Final score here inside the Castle. Clear Fork comes on the road and get a big victory, 48-37, as we dive inside the final figures of the night. And couple stats really got to jump out at you, Chris. Obviously, rebounding was a big factor in the first half. That continued into the second. Turnovers were never really Northmore's friends here tonight. And then the free throw line, very good to the Colts.
Yes, very much so. And again, we talked about that from the beginning of the game. I mean, those are just two really important stats. You can't give it away. I mean, and if you can win the battle of the boards, you're generally in good shape, and that's what happened tonight for the Colts. So I'm sure 12 turnovers isn't bad, but I'm sure Coach Bechtel would like us to be less, and then Coach Tackett obviously can't be happy with 19 turnovers. So. But yeah, no, Clear Fork took advantage of those two stats and did enough to hit those three throws down the stretch and knocked this game away. So
three-pointers just about even, as were field goals, but really that free throw line, 9-point differential there, and then the turnovers too. Those are the two big numbers that would stand out. You get a chance to see this Clear Fork team a lot, Chris. You do the scoreboard for them for their home games. What did you see from them tonight that's been a little bit different from a few games in their recent memory where they've been close in the fourth quarter and just couldn't get it done in crunch time?
Well, I mean, I think you heard Coach Bechtel talk about in your interview that they really didn't shoot it all that great tonight, but fortunately they were able to make some plays, hit some big shots at the time that they needed in order to close this out. And then once they had that lead, and again, Northmor had the foul and put them on the line, they were able to make those foul shots down the end. But again, they had that lead. Northmor, tightened it. I think Scott hit a big three. There were certain points in the game where they needed a bucket in order to kind of stop a run, and they were able to do that tonight. I've seen them shoot the ball better for sure. And like I said, I mean, they did have 4 guys in double figures, or the 3 guys in double figures, and then Labaki had 9. And Coach Bechtel talked about Labaki, and again, same thing. He's kind of a role player, but if he can step up and hit the threes like he did tonight, that generally is what that propels him to a win, because he kind of is that fourth person. Now, again, the only surprise of the night was Burkholder. I was surprised he did not have any points tonight, but Labaki kind of filled in those points tonight, and they were able to come out with a victory. So
Luke knocked down some big threes, some key threes, which is something that Coach Bechtel said has been missing for this team at times throughout the season. They got the big shots when they needed them here tonight. And then on the other side, Cooper Keene scoreless. Yeah. He had 4 fouls. He was on the bench a bunch, so they didn't get much from their 6'6" point forward. And I think that by the end of the night that just added up. Not getting those points from him, a senior that they typically rely on, Chris, I mean, that's detrimental to a team like this that struggles to score the basketball.
Very much so, very much so. And like I said, we talked about that period in the first half where they got into the 1-and-1. Northmor did with 6 minutes left in the second quarter, and could not take advantage of it. So again, they where they had their opportunities to kind of get back in the game, they couldn't get back in the game. Clear Fork was able to make the big shot when they needed to make the big shot, and that was the difference in the game. And they made their foul shots down the stretch. So
that's why the Colts got their 4th win of the season here tonight. And as I look off into the distance there, Chris, what is that? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Nope. It's just Fan Zone back in the building. And look who's watching from Fredericktown, Mary.
That's right.
Cheering on Brady,
our player of the game.
And Nicole still likes number 35. I think we've decided how and why. And Don Anderson thought that was great that he randomly just stumbled onto our site and is enjoying. And how about KP, Jennifer Peace's mom, cheering her on? So that's always awesome to get the fanfare. And go Knights from the quarantine guys. Logan Mariotti not allowed to be in the building here tonight. Yeah. And boy, it's been a weird season for that. Nico Cristo, star wrestler.
I was going to say, excellent wrestling program here at Northmor. I knew that. So
Ed Boggs is staying with Steve. Not sure what that means, but I'm sure there's some greater meaning there. Way to go, Gray, says Vicky Perry. And back to the beginning. So let's go ahead and wrap things up here from the castle with you, the fans, where our final score, one more time, you can see it, is the Colts with 48, Golden Knights with just 37. We'd like to thank our amazing cast and crew here tonight for making the whole thing tick. Adam Thompson was our director. Kylie Peace, KP, kept our stats and then also dropped some knowledge on you at the break. We had Zach Finley on our down low camera. Blake Phelps was up top. My name's Brian Skorodsky for Chris Louts. Want to thank you guys one more time for watching. We'll see you on a live stream near you beginning on Monday, where it is Tiger Week. We're going to be over at Mansfield Senior a whole bunch. So if you're like
TY Tigers,
baby, next week is the month for you. So long for now.